We are going to have a stretchy class. We're going to have some core in there, and we're going to open up through the shoulders. We are going to get started laying down. Let's do that. Lay yourself down on your mat. Keep your legs nice and long, and just take a moment to stretch. This is probably the first time you've laid down in a little while right now. So just thinking about the length of your body. So just taking the arms above the head, allowing the backs of the hands to touch down onto the mat or the floor, and just point through the toes on the right side, reaching the right fingertips, and then alternate, taking the left length through the left side, just alternating one side and then the other. Starting to just begin to be aware of the breath. Not doing anything with it, not altering it at all, but just being aware of it. And then when you're ready, just pausing, allowing the body to be still. Take the arms to cactus arms for a moment. And we're going to start with some even breath. If my pattern doesn't match yours, then do your own. So let's begin. Let's take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Allow the breath just to soften. Simply breathing in, breathing out. Taking those arms back into your cactus arms if you're not there already. Just begin to push down through the upper arms, allowing the chest just to lift slightly, opening through the front body. And then flatten the back against the mat. Bring those arms together, allowing those forearms to meet. Pushing them together, find that stretch across the shoulder space. And then opening those arms back down, the forearms push down into the mat. Coming back into your cactus arms, just lift the chest slightly. As you take that nice inhale, thinking about the length through the front body. And then begin to bring that spine back down. We're going to bring those forearms together. This time round, we're going to take the right arm underneath the left, coming into eagle arms. So it might be, if you're tight across the shoulders, that you just take opposite shoulders here. Otherwise, bring the palms together and then draw those elbows down towards your toes. If you've got a little bit of space for it, we're going to bring those knees above the hips. And we're just going to keep that core activated for a moment. If this is a little too much, you can take the toes down to the mat. Okay, with the knees lifting, if you're still there, we're going to open those arms out. We're going to bring them back into cactus arms again. Take an inhale as you begin to push down through the arms into the mat, just lifting the chest. It's going to be tiny this time if the knees are lifting. And then bringing those arms back together again, push down through those forearms into one another. Nice stretch across the shoulders. And then this time round, left arm is going to come underneath the right. One way is going to feel far more peculiar than the other. We're going to allow those elbows to come down towards the knees. If the core is getting tired, bring the feet down or extend the legs, entirely up to you. Pushing those hands together into one another, create a nice stretch across the shoulders. And then releasing there, taking the arms back into cactus arms. From here, we're going to drop those knees down to the right-hand side. If you find that your knees don't quite reach the right-hand side, that's okay. Pop a block in there, bring the floor up to you. Taking the gaze over that left side if it's comfortable. If not, that's all right. Okay, head back to neutral. Engage the core. Bring the knees back up. And then the knees are going to come over to the left-hand side. And we start to gaze over the right. Taking time here in the breath. Again, if the floor is too far away, then bring the floor to you. Use cushions or a bolster, whatever you've got available. Okay, gaze back to neutral. Use that core to bring those knees up, or your arms. No one's judging. Okay, we're going to take the hands to the knees. Just push the knees away, open those knees out, and then bring them up towards the shoulders. Just taking circles. The slower you go, the harder your core is going to have to work. See if you can push through the heels. Feeling into any clunks and clicks that those hips might be making. And then when you're ready, let's go in the other direction. So those knees come in towards you. Take them wide and then send them away. Lower back pushing down into the mat. Keep yourself nice and stable. And then when you're ready, keep those knees hovering above the hips. Okay, I'm going to take the arms up towards the ceiling. Think here about reaching the fingertips up, stretching up across the shoulders. We're going to extend the right leg away. So hold it there for a moment. Bring the knee back in. Feel the core relax when the knee comes in. Let's extend the left leg away. Hold that there, lower back pushing down, core engaged, bring the knee back in. Okay, build challenge, send both legs away, maybe not quite so low this time. I need to keep mine a bit higher to make sure my lower back is still touching the mat. And then bring those knees back at right angles. Let's go again. This time take the right leg away, push through the heel, lower back pushing down through the mat. Knee back in. Take a breath. Left leg comes away, push through that heel, lower back pushing down into the mat. Keep reaching the fingertips towards the ceiling. Left knee comes back in. And then if you fancy it, extend those legs away. We want to keep that lower back connected to the mat. So depending on how strong your core is, depends how low the legs go. As you can see, mine are pretty high because I want to keep my back connected to the mat. Bring the knees in towards you. Make little circles on the lower back as you just allow the body to relax. Okay, then take them in the other direction. All right, from here, let's rock and roll through the spine. Take your time here. There's no need to rush this part. feels really nice. So let's just take a moment to enjoy it. Then when you're ready, cross the ankles, come through into a table. Just going to start with some cat-cows, really of your choosing. We want to warm through the spine. We want to just allow it to be free. So you can always take the traditional cat-cow, just taking the gaze high and dropping the tummy, or you can start to move in a slightly more free way, which I would really encourage. When I used to go to yoga classes before, I would be very, very rigid in my cat-cows. And honestly, my body just didn't love it. Whereas actually, when you can move a little bit more intuitively and listen to what feels good, I think you get a little bit more out of it. So I challenge you to listen to what your body needs. If you're going in one direction, see if you can equal it out, go in the other direction just to keep yourself balanced. And then when you're ready, we're going to take the feet together, take the knees as wide as the mat, sink yourself back into a wide-legged child's pose, and then walk those hands away from you. See if you can spider up the fingertips, or the fingertips to lift through the palm, so we can anchor down through those fingers and then get the bottom back onto the heels. Forehead can come down to the mat, chest, belly, let it all hang out, let it come down towards the mat. Neck is nice and relaxed. Let's walk the fingertips to the right hand side. If you've got space, left hand places on top of the right. Drop through that left shoulder. And then walk the hands through center, over to the left hand side. And then again, if you have space, right hand places on top of left. Drop that right shoulder slightly, stretch through that right side. Relax the neck. Draw the shoulders just back slightly to give the ears a little bit of space. And then slowly make your way back to center. We're going to come back into a table. So from here, just allowing hands to be underneath shoulders, knees to be underneath hips. You're going to extend the right leg away, push through the heel. If you want a little bit of core work, tuck the left toes and hover that left knee. Not much of a difference, but enough just to make the core work just a little bit harder. Left knee is going to come down. If it's lifted, bring that right leg back in, extend the left leg away, and then tuck the right toes and lift through that knee if you want to go back to a little bit of core work. Always an option. Keeping the hands carrying the weight equally, body down the center line, don't rock over to the left side, pushing through that left heel, get a nice stretch down the back of that left leg. And then the gaze comes between the hands, keep the neck nice and long. Right knee comes down. If it's lifted, bring that left leg back in. Okay, I'm going to face you for this. From here, we're going to take that right leg out. Plant the foot down, push through the pinky edge side of that foot. We're going to come up nice and high, take the right hand down and lift through that left side. Create a nice open left side body stretch here. And then take the gaze either up towards the ceiling, across to that left side, or straight ahead, whatever's going to feel good. And then that left hand is going to come down. Right arm can lift. And then all the way over, take a stretch. Draw a line from the fingertips all the way down past the ribs, hips, all the way down to the pinky edge side of that right foot. And then let's come into a stretch. So we lift that right leg high, bend foot in towards the bottom, take that right hand and place it on that shoelace side of the right foot. If you find your left arm is not long enough now, then use a block under that left hand just to give you just a little bit more height. Keep squeezing the glutes, push the hips forward, find that quad stretch, and then roll that right shoulder back to find a space across the chest. The gaze can come wherever is comfortable. Be cautious not to strain the neck. And then release. Okay, nice. From here, we're going to come back into our table. This time round, that left leg is going to come away, plant the foot down. We're going to walk the hands up. Left hand comes down, that left thigh, reach through the right hand towards the ceiling. You lift, lengthen, and then bring that right arm all the way over the top. Gaze comes to wherever feels good. Focus on that left side. No, that's the right side. Focus on lengthening the right side. And now that right hand is going to come down. We're going to lift that left leg. And then when you're ready, bend at the knee. Left hand takes the shoelace side of that left foot. Push through those hips to bring that quad stretch into action. Glutes are squeezing. If you need a block underneath that right hand to bring the floor up a little bit, then do. And then be mindful of that left shoulder, just rolling it back, finding that openness across the not left chest, it's just the chest. And then gaze comes wherever feels good. Okay, releasing the foot. We're going to take the knees down, hands come down. From here, just to allow the bottom back into a narrow-legged child's pose. Bring the forehead down, the hands behind you, palms up, shoulders over the top of the knees, and then take a little sway from side to side, allowing the body just to decompress. Relax, enjoy the heaviness of the body against the mat. Feel the feeling of the breath against the thighs. Okay, and then making your way back to your table. All right, we're going to extend that right leg away. Okay, that right leg is going to be away, and we're just going to start to draw circles with the toe. Tiny circles to start with. We're going to keep the core tight, the body down the center line, the gaze between the hands, and we're going to carry the weight equally between the hands. The toe is going to draw a bigger circle, taking it further out to the right-hand side. And now take it in the other direction. Big circle to start, getting smaller to finish. Okay, pause. Okay, left arm alongside the ears, reaching forward, pushing back. Let's take it nice and wide. We're going to hold it for 3, 2, 1, back to center, knee to elbow, elbow to knee, crunch it in, send it away. Take it wide. We're going to hold it for 3, 2, 1. Bring that body to the center line, back to center, knee to elbow. We're going to crunch it in, send it away. Last one. Take it wide, body down the center line for 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, elbow to knee, and back again. Super. Left hand down, right knee down. Let's go on the other side. Left leg is going to extend. Start to draw a circle with that big toe, nice and small to start with. Core is wrapped in nice and tightly. Keep the gaze down between the hands, nice long neck. That circle is getting bigger. The further out to the left-hand side you're taking that leg, the harder the outer glute's going to have to work. And then take it in the other direction, big circles to start. And then finishing off with smaller circles. Okay, keeping that left leg extended, right arm alongside the ear, and then open out. Right arm comes wide, left leg comes wide, body down the center line. We hold for 3, 2, 1, back to center, elbow to knee, knee to elbow, crunch it in, send it away. 2 more. Here we go. Take it wide and hold it for 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Elbow to knee. Send it away. Last one here. Can we make it as strong as the first? Take it nice and wide. Keep that left leg lifting. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. And elbow to knee. Send it away. Right hand down, left knee down. Let's take a little break. We're going to bring those knees together, coming back into a child's pose. Narrow-legged child's pose. Bring the forehead down, the hands behind you, palms of the hands up towards the ceiling. Take a moment, allow the breath to settle. Feel the body, the weight of the chest against the thighs. Feel the stretch across the shoulders. Maybe a slight movement from left to right. Just starting to have a little sway. Allow the hips to begin to relax. Really get that feedback from the breath to the body. Feeling the expansion of the lungs against the back body. Okay, slowly beginning to unwind yourself and moving back towards your table. From here, tuck the toes, engage the core. We're going to hover the knees. Nice strong table. If you don't want to do this, you can just keep the knees down. That is fine. We're going to send the chest towards the thighs. Take a moment here to sit back into the heels. The knees are lifted, the hands are pushing down into the mat, but we're going to anchor the heels back to find that deep stretch on the underside of the feet and through the Achilles. And then float the bottom up towards the ceiling. Start to pedal out the heels one at a time. But as you lift each foot, make some ankle circles with the foot. And then plant it back down, switch it up and go with the other one. Switch it out. This time, take it in the other direction. And then switch it out, take it in the other direction. Give you a moment or two just to move through, pedaling the heels, wiggling the bottom, finding that openness through that lower back. This time we're going to take that right leg high, reaching it towards the ceiling. Keep the hips nice and level. Anchor that left heel towards the mat. We're going to take that right knee high on that right elbow to the left side, to the right side. Find your 3-legged dog. 2 more. Right knee, right elbow, left, right, 3-legged dog. Last one. Right knee, right elbow, left elbow, right elbow, 3-legged dog. This time, hips open to the right. Bring the right foot towards the bottom. Push the hips forward. Quad stretch, glute stretch. And then we're going to take that right foot through the hands. Hands are down. We're going to start to just move through the hips with a little bit of security. With the hands down, we can feel nice and safe. Okay. From here, that left hand is going to plant down. We're going to open the right hand towards the ceiling. Bring it all the way behind you if you've got space for it. Roll the shoulder back. Left hand can touch the top of that left thigh. Push back with that back heel. Think about the back of the knee looking or moving up towards the ceiling. So we have a nice strong back leg. And then bring the right hand down to the inside of that right foot. Heel toe the right foot to the outer edge of the mat. Bring the back knee down and untuck the toes. We're going to take the weight into that left hand for a moment. Bring the right hand to the inner right thigh. Begin to inhale, lift and lengthen. Imagine that length through the front body. Begin to bring the ribs round to the right hand side. Think about the length through the hip flexor on that left side. If you need to use a block to bring the floor up to give you a little bit of extra length to bring the ribs round, then do. If the sole of the foot begins to lift and that's comfortable through the hips, then great. All the while, don't dump through the lower back, but thinking about lifting and lengthening through that front body. Okay, sole of that right foot begins to go flat if it was lifted. Bring that right hand to the outside of that right foot. So we're heel toeing that right foot back in. Get rid of the block if you used one. And then from here, we're going to take the hands up towards the ceiling, coming into a low lunge. Lifting the gaze towards the ceiling, thinking about the chin moving up to the ceiling too. Bring the hands down into cactus arms, nice and strong, elbows towards the back of the room, chest is open. And then the hands are going to come down. We're going to shift the weight over that left knee, take the toes on the right side to the ceiling. If you need to use a block for some stability on that left side, then do. Lift and lengthen, think about the chin towards the big toe, bring that right hip in towards the body, and then lower down just a little bit more. Doesn't matter where we get to, we just want to feel that stretch down the back of that right leg. Okay, that right foot is going to come flat, get rid of the block, hands are going to come down, tuck the back toes, lift through the back knee. We're going to take the right foot back to the left, joining it in down dog. Pedal out those heels, free the hips. Okay, that left leg is going to go high this time. Find your three-legged dog. Sneaky core work. Left knee, left elbow to the right side, to the left side, and three-legged dog. Just two more. Left knee, left elbow, right, left, and away. Last one, left knee, left elbow, right, left, and away. All right, we're going to open the hips to the left side, drop the left foot towards the bottom, squeeze the glutes, push the hips forward. And then that left foot is going to come through the hands. Take a moment just to move through the hips, knowing the hands are there to support you. Right hand is going to stay down. We're going to open that left hand to the ceiling, bringing those ribs round. Taking the gaze wherever feels comfortable. Thinking about the back heel pushing back, the knee, back of the knee lifting towards the ceiling. Maybe left hand comes all the way round to touch the top of the right thigh. Keeping the neck nice and loose, but taking the gaze to wherever feels good. Hands are going to come to the inside of that left foot. Heel toe the foot out to the outer edge. Drop the knee down and untuck the toes. Using a block if you need to bring the floor to you. Left hand to the inner left thigh. Begin to bring the ribs round. Maybe the sole of that left foot begins to lift too. Thinking about that whole front body lengthening. So as you inhale, think about the crown of the head reaching to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring those ribs round to the left-hand side. How's that listening to the body going for you? We mentioned it earlier. Wonder if left side feels better than right, if it needs something else. Taking the left foot flat, bringing the body back to neutral. And remove that block. I don't think I need it now. I'm going to draw that foot back where it should be. And then I'm going to use the block to move that weight back over that right knee. And then the toes on the left side to the ceiling. I'm going to just draw that left hip into the body, move the belly out of the way. As I inhale and then as I exhale, begin to fold over that left leg, imagining the nose coming towards the toes. Using your breath here, inhale, come up a little bit, find that length once again. Exhale, come down a little bit lower. And then bending through that left leg, coming back into your low lunge. Bring those arms up nice and high. Bring those arms down into your cactus arms. Elbows towards the back corners of the room. Think about that lovely long hip flexor on the right side. Gaze can be wherever feels good for you. And then those hands are going to come down. We're going to tuck the back toes, lift through the back knee. That left foot is going to come back to join the right. Start to pedal out those heels. Okay, we played around with eagle arms earlier, so we're going to play around with eagle legs just for a moment. That right leg is going to lift. We're going to take that right leg over the top of the left and then sink down into eagle legs, wrapping that leg round if it feels good, pushing back into the heels, springing back to action. Right foot places down. This time left leg is going to lift. Left leg comes over the top of the right. Take a bend through that right knee, sink yourself down, and then spring back into your down dog. Pedal out the heels. Right foot is going to come through the hands. We're going to walk to the long edge of the mat so the feet are parallel to the short edges. Push down through the pinky edge side of the feet. Walk the hands over towards the right side. Take an inhale. Exhale, take a little fold. Think about the bottom pushing back into the back of the wall. Walking the hands through center. Take an inhale here, lengthen. Think about your back being a beautiful table. Resting a whole load of champagne glasses for your best friends. Gaze comes down, nice long neck. Sit bones towards the back of the room. Take an exhale, forward fold here. Imagine the crown of the head meeting the center point of the mat. Take an inhale, walk the hands to the left-hand side. Exhale, take a fold. Walking the hands back through center. We're going to heel toe those feet in. Come into a goddess as we point the feet to 45-degree ankles. And then bend through those knees. We want to make sure that the tailbone is tucked under. We're nice and tall through the torso. Think about that cord from the crown of the head. Opening those knees out, knees stacked over the ankles. Bring those hands out, arms to cactus arms. And as we take an inhale, We'll bring the arms nice and tall. As we exhale with power, we come down. We take an inhale, we lift. As we exhale, we come down. Inhale, lift, exhale, find your most goddess pose. Elbows to the back of the room, core in, knees open. Find that openness through the hips. We're going to come to the toes on the right side. Lower down. We're going to come to the toes on the left side. Lower down. We're going to come to the toes together. Find that core. Lower down. Great job. Hands are going to come down. Heel toe those feet in, and then sink yourself down into a squat. Whatever your squat looks like. If you like to move around a bit, then move around a bit. If you like a more static pose, then find it. If you want to pop a block under the heels or under the bottom so that you can lift that chest and find that length through the spine, then please do. Take a couple of breaths here. Check in with the shoulders, make sure there's space between the ears and the shoulders. And when you're ready, just allowing the bottom to come down. And then slowly and carefully, up to you how you get there. You're going to do a very slow recline, beginning to touch each vertebrae as you make your way down onto the mat. Once you're there, bring the knees in towards you. Just a little sway from side to side. And this is exactly what we're talking about when we think about listening to what our body needs. What mine needs right now will probably be very different to yours. So making those adjustments, getting yourself prepared for your final Savasana, tuning into the needs of your body, and taking a moment to honor them. And when you're ready, find a place that you are happy to rest in. We're going to finish class like we started. We're going to work through those even breaths. Again, if my pattern doesn't match yours, then do your own. Option here to place a hand on the tummy and a hand on the chest, or you can simply bring those hands down by the side of you or wherever else feels good. We're going to take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just feeling into the breath, just like when we started class today. We move through one side of the body and then the other. Lengthening through the right and then the left. Just settling with the breath. feeling the heaviness of the body against the mat. All you have to do is breathe in and breathe out. When you're ready, starting to notice the wider world around you, perhaps the sounds or sensations. Beginning to awaken the body by feeling some movement through the fingers and toes, maybe a slight bounce of the knees, beginning to bring yourself back into the room. And slowly and carefully, when you're ready, you can bring yourself back up to a seated position. And I will be there.